All right, let's just go ahead and get started. Girls will hop on when they can. Tonight, we're just going to be going over a little bit of training, how-tos, how to start your month with a fresh set of eyes, how to set your intentions with your customers and promoters, and working your business from that angle rather than panic that it's a new month and, oh no, I like my wheels set over, like I have to start all over. We want to get rid of that mindset as fast as possible and just have the consistency of just doing the basics every single day. That's really just what it comes down to. So you guys tell me thumbs up or thumbs down, because I think that's easier, so I don't have to wait for you guys in the chat. Thumbs up if you want the announcements now, or thumbs down if you want them later. Up, down, up, down. Okay. Perfect. All right, there's a few more popping in. Okay, most of them were up. So first things first that I do want to say is a big congratulations to the top enrollers for last month. I don't have that list in front of me, but I did post that in the team chat. Use that in your posts, use it in your stories. Like, that's a big accomplishment. And if you're a leader and you have some of your team that's on there, that's big. That means that you're growing duplicity. Like you're teaching that into your teams and you're making it onto that leaderboard with your team. And if they're out enrolling you, like, that's a good thing. I didn't used to see that as a good thing. I was like, I have to be leading from the front, like I have to be showing them what's possible. But like, you guys know, like you know after a certain amount of time, like what's to be expected. And now my goal is to see you ladies out enrolling me. So Kyra, I think she had 15 for the month. Boss, boss, way to go, Kyra, way to freaking go. You guys impress me every single month. And we finished this month in April, we finished at 56,000 in team sales. And I'm really impressed with that. Is it 80? No. Is it 200K? No. But to me, like, that's still growth because I know exactly where we came from. I know exactly where we started. Like, that's growth for me. That is growth, baby. So I'm really happy with that. And I hope you ladies are too. With wherever you finished at last month, maybe was it getting your bonus back? Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. I'm okay with that because it's still growth. It's still growth either way because we're in this for the long haul, not the short term with just getting one or two bonuses, because there's going to be a buttload, a buttload that just keep coming to us. At what point? I don't know. But knowing that tomorrow they're going to be dropping another set, which is bananas to me. Like, that's bananas. They just got done like offloading like a crap ton onto us. Like, what was it, like 15 million or something already paid out? I don't know the exact number, but obviously compliance, but it's just bananas to me that there's another one. So what I'm trying to say with this is, with your mindset, with wherever you finished at last month, it's not the end all be all. Look at it as growth, look at it as a learning lesson. And this is a new month to start setting your intentions. So with that, okay, another congratulations to the girls who earned their Maui gyms. Some of you didn't even know you got it, you baddies. You didn't even know the generosity that this company has for just giving back to us. Like it fills my heart with so much gratitude. I mean, not that this team isn't already giving and what we give to each other, but when the company gives back to us, it encourages us to give back to our team, and then creates that duplicity, and just it creates that thankful heart within the entire industry of just giving back to others, having that servant heart, having that servant leadership. So for you ladies that absolutely love what you do and you got your Maui gyms, like, congratulations. Like, spend them well, get whatever pair you want, even if they're $500. You get those glasses. I'm really proud of you guys. So now or later, thumbs up now, thumbs down later, of the retreat earners and golden ticket winners. Do you want it now or do you want it later? I can wait. I've been trying to be patient all day. Okay, you guys are saying now. I want now too. I want now too. Okay, I'm so excited about this. Preemptive story, not super long-winded, because I'm like roasting right here in the sun in my car, but I'm really excited about this. And this is something to look at it from your own perspective of like where I started and how like my mindset. I never thought that something like this would be possible when I first started this business. Um, I never thought that this business would take us in this direction. I didn't know. I mean, I had high hopes, you know. I wanted us to go to the top. Like, I wanted us to hit these ranks. I want our team to get these bonuses, like all of the great things. But having this community where we are like literally one of a kind, I never thought that we would get that here. Okay, I can't do that. But it's when we started our retreat last year, and it was our first ever. For you new leaders, look at it from this perspective. For you new leaders, like just picking a date and just telling your girls to show up at your house, whoever dares to show up, like it will change your life and it will change your business. Even if you just play like some cheesy burrito game at the table, like or you guys end up branding or something, like it doesn't matter what the activities are. It's the fact that you get together and the fact that you get to meet these faces, like you girls on this screen. You all are people to me. Like, I know who you are. Like, I know your lives now, and you're all starting to get to know each other. So getting these retreats is something that is very, very special to earn, to be able to attend. And then in the future, for you ladies and for me right now, to be able to host it for you ladies, like it's a really big honor to be able to finally be able to do that for you and book an Airbnb and spoil the shit out of you ladies and actually plan activities, and not to say show up to my house and I hope I have enough food. Like, I don't have to put you guys into this old crusty house. Like, I can put you in a nice house, and I'm excited about that. So earning this retreat is something that's very special to me, for you ladies and for the ones that are getting to attend this. So I said I wasn't going to get super long-winded, but it makes me really emotional. It feels really good. It feels really, really good. So for this retreat specifically, it is our first ever earned retreat. And when I set this, I didn't know what to expect. Honestly, I was like, maybe we'll get like 6, maybe we'll get like 7. We had over 16 girls qualify. Like, we had a lot. Like, we had a lot of girls earn their bonuses, but then the tricky part was getting that PPA up. But for a lot of you, like, it just came naturally because you love what you do here. It wasn't hard for a lot of you. And even if you got the PPA and like the rank wasn't there, like you were still showing up on the calls, you were still helping with leadership activities, you're still like blasting Thrive all over your social media because you just have such a passion for what you do. And I want you to know it doesn't go unseen. Even if you didn't get your bonus, even if you didn't get those ranks and like officially qualify, I want you to know that it doesn't go unseen. Okay. So the official winners, there's at the 40K level, the 12K level, and the 4K. And then I'm going to be announcing the golden ticket winners for this retreat. So officially, Bobby at 40K, Bobby qualifies with, I should have put these in order. I'm so sorry, but Bobby qualifies for the 40K level with 11 PPA, and she earned her spot at the retreat. Congratulations, Bobby! Okay, next we have Casey Taylor. Casey qualified at the 12K level. 12K level with 19 PPA for 3 months. Like, damn, Casey. Way to go, Casey. Next, we have Jody Barnett. I hope I've said that right. Jody Barnett, you have qualified at the 4K level with 15 PPA. You have earned a spot at the retreat. Then we have Kelsey Friedley at 4K with 12 PPA. Wait, did I have that right? I'm so sorry. I should have wrote these right. Kelsey Friedley with 15. I'm so sorry. Kelsey Friedley with 15. Kathy at the 12K on both accounts. Like, what? What? At 22 enrollments. Holy mother of pearl. Damn. Then we have Lacey at 4K at 10. We have Kyra Coyle, I hope I said your last name right, at 15. Cynthia at 4K with 8. Chantel at 4K with 6. And Kirsten, we have Kirsten at 12K with 12. And we have Erin at 4K with 11. And Brittany Hall at 4K with 13. That is all of the qualified earners that have earned the retreat with a badass PPA. Like you guys have blown me out of the water with what I was expecting. Like completely blown me out of the water. Our golden ticket winners that I want to announce, these are very special girls that are showing up day in and day out. They're the ones that like their hard work does not go unnoticed, and I want them to have a spot at the retreat too. Reese, I want you there. Like we would love to have you there, Reese. Kirsten Keach, Jessica Kelly, Stephanie Spritzer, and Jaxie. All of you ladies have qualified for the retreat at Jackson. Whether you can make it or you cannot, that's up to you and your schedules, but I would love to have you there, and I'd love to spoil you, not have you stay in an old crusty ranch house that's not flooding, which I'm super happy about, but I'm really excited to be able to spoil you ladies at the end of this month. And it's gonna be fun. I'm gonna plan some retreat, some activities, and just a lot of that. I'm not gonna go into it yet, but congratulations to all of you ladies that have earned this retreat. Just blown me out of the water completely. And just thinking about it and looking at this list. So I'm really proud of you guys. I hope you always know that. Okay, let's get into business now. Let's get into business. So business wise, oh, dates of it. It's Memorial Day weekend. If anybody's asked, it's Memorial Day weekend. I almost forgot about this too. So at the 4K level, I did have it set so that 50% of your room and board would be asked for at the time of like staying in the house. I don't have that number set yet because I want to know exactly how many girls we are going to attend and how many girls we do have at the house before I book the house for how many spots. Hopefully that makes sense. But please know that the 50% spot is not going to be like $200, $300. Like it's going to be less than $100 because I just want you girls there. I just want you to be there and just experience this with all of us. So that's just a heads up, and it's at the end of the month. We're going to be staying in a town outside of Jackson called Alpine or Star Valley. Haven't decided yet. And we're going to have a lot of fun activities planned, like a lot. Be prepared to be fully immersed in all the vibes of Jackson and one of my favorite places in the entire world. So, okay, now on to business. Were there any questions on that? No? Okay, perfect. Okay, so I dropped in the chat earlier today, going over, just like what are things that you ladies want to learn about? What is like something that you have questions about? So Erin, she dropped this question about sampling. So I'm gonna do like a crash course on this because sampling's actually not my strong suit, and I'll admit that it's not my strong suit. It was in the beginning when I very first started, but as my business like started growing, it became less and less. I don't know why, but it did. So it's something that I want to personally get better at as well. So things that I've learned over the course of the year and a half I've been here with sampling, we get to choose this freaking paper. We get to choose what we want samples to look like, basically. Do we want to charge? Do we want to give them for free? Do we want to charge them only $15? Do we want to only charge them for free shipping? It's entirely up to you. It's entirely up to you. What I will say about sampling and, whether or not to charge or not, try it all. Try it all and just see what works, see what sticks. Throw it against the wall and just see what sticks. That's my best advice with that. The best way that has stuck for me specifically, that I'm going to teach you guys tonight, is that we'll go into that. Okay, so yeah. So sampling, and then her other question. Hold on. Which way do I want to go? Yeah, we'll do that. Okay, so sampling, you can charge or you can do it for free. One of my favorite ways that I just threw a bunch of ideas, different ways to the wall and just saw what stuck. This is the way that it stuck for me. So I would sell the samples 3 days, 3-day mini experience, or if they want to do like a 5-day, whatever, if they want to do a week, I didn't care. And they would request that in the conversations, right? I would do $25 for 3 days worth. And I would tell them in the DMs before they got their samples, if you love your products, if you love your Thrive and you just like can't live without it, I will rebate that $25 towards your month pack. So you're spending that 25, but you're going to get it back towards your 1 month, like your elite starter pack, basically. So that way they're really not out anything. I'm out a little bit of a product, but it creates that bigger return on investment for me. And that's what's always worked for me when Sometimes, sometimes when I give samples away for free, I will be very, very picky about who I give my samples away to for free, because if Joe Schmo has never requested that they want samples, but I'm like, here, have a piece of candy, here, have a piece of candy. They never like ask for samples. Like, I'm probably not going to get a good return on investment because they didn't ask for it, they didn't see the value in it, and they didn't request it. So to me, that's not a smart investment back into my business. But if I do have someone that's a good like friend of the family, like their family members, I need some water. But if I have someone that I'm really good friends with, or I know, or I just like, and Kelsey's really good about it, Kelsey Freedley. She's like, I just have this feeling like this person's like, they're just gonna love these products because she knows her people. Okay, she knows. Get to know your people. Okay, and then you can decide whether or not you want to give them away for free, or if you want to charge, or if you want to do half price. It's really dependent on every single person, on every single situation, on every single conversation. It's really different. So again, like, just throw it out there and just see what sticks and what works best. What works best for Kathy is probably not going to work best for me. I think we had a little fun challenge in our leadership chat, and she had like 15 or something this month, and last month she had like 28 or something crazy. Like, she's a sampling machine. So if you want to know specifics, like, go to Kathy too. Like, she's a really good one to learn from as well. So with that, other ways that you can ask for samples or like put it out there that you have samples available. We're all guilty of it. We're all guilty of it. We'll get on our stories and we'll post this little graphic, or we'll post this little boom like, I have samples, come get samples from me. Like, not everybody wants to hit you up for samples that way. And sometimes if we put our sample link up, or if we put a poll, we don't always get much traction that way. And that's okay. It's not that you're doing anything wrong. You're just throwing something out there on the wall that's not sticking. So it's time to try something else. Some other ways that I've learned with talking to other leaders and seeing what they're doing, being observant, is Duck Duck Goose posting. Do any of you know what that is? Have you heard that, seen it, tried it? Some. Okay, good. So Duck Duck Goose posting is like, so Coop she had one, this is the example. First person to say, what was it? First person to say pack after I say happy wins a free 3-day sample or something on me. So people will like flood the comment section with happy, and then as soon as she says pack, the last person that says happy wins a free sample. And then oftentimes we'll be like, congratulations, like I'll talk to you in your DMs. And then that's when the conversation starts with them, to start customizing, asking them their goals. What are some things that they would like to experience, sending them the DFT graphic, and then kind of letting them choose which one they want to go with. But if they're not sure and you know their goals, then give them suggestions, right? And so when you say that pack, like they start saying like happy, 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 and then you say pack, oftentimes girls will do it. And I did it once, and it actually worked, and I did have some customers come off of it. So I'm going to start doing that again this month. You'll start saying like, okay, that was great, like that was an awesome round, like let's do it again, let's do it one more time. So
Is she frozen for you guys too? She probably has no idea right now until she stops talking. But let's see. Okay. Oh, she did go away. Okay, in the comments, I want you guys to drop one thing that you have found for yourself when it comes to sampling. If it's a positive or a roadblock, whatever it is, drop it in the comments. But what she is talking about is actually like, I've never done it personally. Sampling. When we went to Palooza, I was in a training with Q, who is a 200K leader. I think her name is Jeanette. She's also a 200K. And then Hannah Ryan, she's done well, it used to be Sunday Huddle, so Monday Huddle call. And they talked about this. It talked about sampling. And this, I'm pretty sure her name's Jeanette. And she is like sample like crazy. And she actually gave, oh, there she is. Okay, she's back. Go ahead, Laurel.
But no, you're fine, Bobby. It's okay.
You're good. You're good. I was waiting for you to pop on.
This is such a joke. My phone started overheating because I had it in the window.
Oh,
no. Joke. It's fine. It's just part of it right now. You gotta do what you gotta do, right?
It's true.
What were you saying about Jeanette? Just sample like crazy?
Yeah, she gave like a really good point. Was like, she does a lot of like in person, okay? And the one thing that I have found for myself is in person, it gets the ball speeding a lot quicker because people are face to face with you, talking, can hear your tone, face expressions, all the things. And so she talked about how she always wears her patch in very visible places. And she will, talk to people. And when people ask like, hey, what is that thing on your arm? And she's like, oh my gosh, this is my nutrition patch. But you know what? Like my kid, okay, she's talking about she's on a playground. Okay. She's like, but my kid's needing me right now. Do you have Facebook? And if they say, yeah, I do have Facebook, well, let me get your name on Facebook and let's connect that way. And she's like, I will tell you about this later, but I gotta go. And so the way that she talks about it is you want to make that connection with them versus that transaction. When you start going into a product, it transitions to that transaction because you're not really first at getting to know them. So I thought that was a really good idea. She like hurry and flips it. And that's how she gets samples out. And because they remember her like, oh, wow, like she really took the time to like get to know who I was. It meant a lot more to them. So when they got their sample pack, they're like, oh my gosh, it arrived today. Like, I'm so excited about this. Like, how do I do this? So I thought that was a really good point because, I've gotten people who with samples and I tell them, hey, like expectations, and they don't message me back. And I'll follow up with them and they don't say anything back. It's completely normal. It happens. So don't feel like you're the only one because you're not.
Oh, that was really good. Exactly. Yes. That actually goes into the next point that I wanted to talk about. So it was like the perfect lead up. That was so good. Thanks, Bobby, for filling in for me. You just never know with technology. So it's so nice to have other leaders like step in. So that's a perfect lead up to what I was going to talk about. That oftentimes it will start with samples. And if you don't have those samples, it will lead into they're dropping into your DMs like, what's that patch? Like, what's this 3 steps? Like, I see this new HDS, like I'm struggling with this and this and this. Like sometimes people will like open up and like say stuff with that. But what I'm trying to say is that you start with samples, you go into the conversation, and then it goes into that closing. And that was one of Erin's other questions that she had, was she has a hard time closing conversations so that way it gets to the sale. We all do. We all do. Not every conversation will lead to a sale. It won't. And if it doesn't right now, it could a month, it could in 2 months, it could in a year. Like there's been girls that have followed me for like 2 years and they're like, okay, I have to know what this is. Like, I gotta try it. I've been following you for a couple of years. Chantel, she's the biggest one. Yeah, same with Bobby. It's like Chantel followed me, like I was doing like Beachbody for a while, and I think she was following me through that whole thing, right? And then finally she's like, okay, what is this? Like, I gotta try this. That's where it's so important for us to keep showing up so authentically in our stories as well as into our DMs. So how we're showing up into our stories and how we're talking on there, carry on that conversation just like you would on your story into the conversations in the DMs. When we're doing a good job at showing who we are into our stories, people already know how we talk, our text voice, our emojis we use. If we're going to like send voice memos, they already know what our voice sounds like. Like it all connects because they've built up that relationship with us that starts from the stories and into the conversations. And closing that conversation, sometimes it will come down to a few follow-ups with them. They won't always be like, yeah, I'm ready to close. Yeah, I'm ready to do this. Sometimes it takes like 3 days, a week, dare I say a month to close someone, but it does, as much as it drives you nuts. But sometimes it does. Sometimes we have to follow up with people like 3 or more times before they ever get back to us. Don't give up. If someone just doesn't answer you back right away, it happens. It's normal. We all get it. We all get it. There's been a few people in my DMs over the last few days asking me about HDS and, you know, does it affect our birth control, things like that, like good general questions. And I send them the graphics and then I don't hear anything back from them. It's not because, you know, it's not because I worry that I'm not doing a good enough job explaining the product. I think it's because it's such a newer product that affects such a big part of us that they're just not sure about. So to me, they're waiting on hearing more feedback from it. So that's my sign. I need to start sharing more reviews in my stories. Other girls that are on HDS, how are they feeling? Sharing my day 4 reviews. How am I feeling? And I feel freaking fantastic, if I might say myself. Like I was telling Bobby today, like this is the happiest I felt in a long time. Like it just feels so good inside, like just so calm. So when we start sharing that into our stories, it carries over into the conversations, into the DMs with people, and treat them like they're another person. I often hear a lot from other girls, like, I don't want to be salesy. You know, I'm so worried about like asking for the sale or like giving them my sales pitch. If you're worried about doing that, chances are you're probably going to be doing it anyways. Try my point of that is, if you're worried about it, don't overthink it. You're overthinking the conversation and whoa, sorry guys. You're overthinking the conversation with the person. There's 2 different ways to look at the conversation, and oftentimes I myself also have to audit myself when I'm in a conversation. Do I want to get this person on a sale because I'm trying to hit a goal and I just want their sale? Or am I in their conversation talking to them because I want to help them feel better? And if I help them feel better, then it could lead to helping me hit a goal, whether it's the PPA, whether it's a bonus, whatever it is. But there's 2 different ways to go into the conversations. Do I have a hidden agenda or do I have them in mind first? We all have to do that little audit for ourselves every now and then. I'm guilty of it. I'm guilty of it because I push really hard for these bonuses. And sometimes I have to go back and do some damage control. Like you have to do what you got to do. But it all still just comes back down into the conversations and talking to them from their place of needs first. And I wish I could pull that up if my stupid phone wasn't overheating. I'd pull that up for you guys. But I had this girl, she signed up with me last month and she's been following me for a couple months, a year, I don't remember what, right? But she made this comment in the DM. She's like, you know, you're the first person that's ever really seemed real. You're not like trying to push me. And like, she asked me a question or a few about the product, about Thrive, Lavelle, how it worked. And I answered her. She didn't get back to me. She didn't respond. And it was like a week later. And so I followed up with her. So I was like, hey, I think her name was Casey too. I was like, hi, Casey. Like, I just want to follow up with you today. What questions did you have about the 3 steps? And she, in return, like, thanked me. She's like, you know, thank you for not pressuring me. Like, I follow a lot of other people and they just want me to start promoting immediately because I have this degree, because she's a minor in business, and she has a major in pharmaceuticals. I'm like, damn, you're hired. You're hired. But I literally said that to her because that's part of my personality. That's part of who I am with my Kathy, your little boy. Oh my God. I'm dying. Oh, I can't keep a straight face. He's killing me. But it's part of your personality. It's part of your personality to show that into the DMs. And in return, that created some conversation that she's still in school. Like, she works 3 different jobs. Like, she's working on her minor, she's going into her finals. Like, it just starts that conversation. Like, even though it took 2 weeks for me to close her, but I learned so much more about her in the process. And now she loves her Thrive. Like, she fills me in. Like, she went and preg tested, she went home and worked on the ranch. Like, she finished her finals. Like, she was filling me in every step of the way because I built that relationship with her first. And so now she's like, I think I'm ready to promote. I'm like, okay, let's do this. It's all about that lead up. And we can't have a timeline on that conversation when we start with that person. That timeline is is never up to us. Never. No matter how many times like I try to force or kind of like instigate the sale or like ask for the sale, if the person's not ready or they don't want to, like, they're not going to, and you're just going to end up feeling yuck. You're just going to end up feeling yuck. And again, this is just one of those situations where you have to throw a bit of different tactics out there, different strategies, different conversations. Are you voice memoing? Are you just sending text? How often are you following up with them? Like, throw things out there and just find what sticks with you. And once you find what sticks, keep doing it. Like, that means you found it. You found it. Don't fix what's not broken. Find it and keep it. That's what I'm trying to say. Throw it out there. It's, other girls will say it's like ignorance on fire. You don't really know what you're doing. You have no idea how to do it, but like, just go out and do it. Just go out and do it and just find what sticks. That's the best advice that I could give any person in this business, especially if you're new. Don't be so worried about trying to do things perfect. Like, oh, I lost this person. Like, that's fine. Move on to the next one. I think I talked about it on the last call that I don't need a person's business, but I want their business. I want to work with someone who loves their Thrive just as much as I do. I want to work with someone that's going to feel just as amazing as I do, but I don't have to have that sale to make my business successful. I don't have to have that one sale from this one person that's just given me like so much grief and being just that really difficult customer. We all have those ones. We don't have to have their sale. My parents are a great example of this. For the last like up until now, I've needed my parents to order to help lock in Auto Elite. Last 2 months I haven't. You don't believe me, you don't need those customers as bad as you think you do, because there's other people out there that want these products just as bad as you do, that want to feel just as good as you do. I hope that makes sense. If someone is giving you a hard time about doing the sale or having the products, trying it, not following up with you, move on to the next. Move on to the next, because there's more people out there that deserve your leadership, that deserve your kindness and your servant heart. Like, there's people out there that deserve that, and you also deserve that from them too. So that's value. It's part of having that value of yourself and part of having that value in the products, knowing the value and raising the bar on that, not going down below that. So that's what I have on that part. Is there any questions on sampling? Kind of a crash course, conversation crash course. Okay, sick. All right, so new month, new beginnings. We talked about this a little bit. What time is it? 6? Okay. I talked about this a little bit in the beginning, that the beginning of every single month, sometimes, and I was guilty about this too when I very first started, that at the end of every single month, our wheels would reset. And that's just how it is in network marketing. Like, it's always going to be like that. Why? I don't know, but that's just how it is. And that's part of the rules of the game that we have to play. But it's just part of it. It's just part of it. So the sooner that we can just be okay with that and just understand that that's part of it, you kind of stop stressing about it, if that makes sense. You stop stressing about it. Like, I worked so hard and my wheels got to this point and now they're 0. I had to start back over. Think of retail sales. Oh yeah, exactly. That I have to start back over. I don't want to do this. Like, I worked so hard to find these new customers. How am I going to find 3 new people? have you ever questioned yourself about that when you started this business? Or Bobby's like, yeah, we did a lot, because for some of us, where we came from with our past network marketing companies and the team, the community, like, it was toxic. It was toxic, because I want to get rid of that. I want to get rid of that mindset. Once you get rid of that mindset and just start seeing it as like just this big long running board of volume and people and new customers and new promoters, like, start thinking in abundance. Our time is not abundant, but people are abundant with our new customers and our new promoters that we can go out there and help. So for us to be spending another day worrying about that our wheels are at zero, or spending another day that we have to start all over again at the beginning of the month, is a waste of your time. Okay. Going into a new month is, yes, a new beginning, new mindset, new goals, but it's still setting your intentions of what went well last month. What can I keep doing this month to keep that momentum going? Because I threw a bunch of stuff out there last month and I saw what stuck. I'm going to take that and I'm going to keep that for May. Just like with like bonus season, or you had a good enrolling month with customers, like, what were you doing that stuck? And then carry it over. Don't fix what's not broken. Same with promoters. What were you doing to draw in promoters, start like new promoter conversations? Whatever you were doing, like, keep it up. Keep it up. It's as simple as that. And it's understanding that it's just another week. Yes, it's a new month. Yes, it's a new goal, but it's just another week. Okay. Our goals go by month. Yes, but it's all in your mindset. It's thinking abundant. There's always more people. There's always more people, and there's always more bonuses to go out there and get, which the company is dropping tomorrow. Company's dropping tomorrow. I don't know what it's going to be yet. We have no idea. And this is exciting for us because we had 16 people on our team earn bonuses last month. Like, what? Like, I feel like we robbed the company. It's so good. We nailed it. And knowing that they're keeping it going this month, what? Will it be as big as this last bonus season? No, we know that for sure. What I'm guessing it will be like, I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know what it's going to be like. But what I'm going to say about this is set your intentions easy and simple and uncomplicate them for yourself going into this month. Where was your mindset in April? Mine was in a very transitional seasonal phase. Every freaking April. I don't know why. Every freaking April I go through a season. I don't know why. Every April I start seeing changes. I start making adaptions. It's like I start making changes throughout my entire life. And once you just stick through it, you start getting wiser. And yeah, April's maybe just might be the month for people. I don't know. Maybe it just spring's coming on. I don't know. But you start to make those changes and you start to make those adaptions. And once you stick through that season or that gunk, that funk, that hard time, whatever you might be going through, know that it's only temporary. And even if you do go through something like this every single year, even if it is on April, and if you're as lucky as me, it's every April, that's you're gonna get wiser every single time it happens, and the period of which it affects you will be less and less and less. Please trust me and please believe me when I say that to you. It doesn't last forever, and you get wiser, and it affects you long term less and less and less. So that way, instead of it's 3 months affecting you with this funk, with what if some of you are going through that, the next time it happens, it'll be a month. And the next time it happens, it'll be 2 weeks, because you start to get wiser with how to speak to yourself. You start to have that confidence. You start to have that higher value of yourself, that whatever this is going, like, I know how to go through it. I've done it before. I just need to spend some time in my thoughts and get through it, whatever it is. And you get through it. And then on to the next thing, which could be bonuses. It could be getting your rank bonus back. Like, it could be getting your name on the PPA board. It could be getting your gas paid for. It could be getting your hair and salon. Like, whatever it is that your goals are, it's up to you with this business. But if you're going through a season just like I was, it won't last forever. I promise. Won't last forever. And you'll come out on the other side feeling so good. You'll feel so good and you'll feel so refreshed, and just that whole entire internal calmness. It'll be one of the best feelings that you've ever had, and you will find any way to protect it at all costs. Like your inner peace, you will find every single way to protect it at all costs. So at the beginning of the month, what I do to set my intention straight is basically, I have people text me. I make sure that I know my pending credits. I have pictures of that taken. I post about it. I talk about it. I blast it. I explain it. Because other companies don't have this. Like, this is such a generous thing that the company does for us. So every single month, like, no questions asked, non-negotiable. That's the right word, non-negotiable. I post it on my stories and I talk about it. I talk about like one big thing that's going on in the company. So right now for us, it's our retreat. And I'm really excited about that. So I talked about that today on my stories, and I don't have service. So that kind of puts a damper on things. So I had to do the best with what I could today with just putting something on my stories and still working my business, even though I don't have service when I leave the clinic, which sucks, but it's just part of what we have to do. And then I will also reach out to those customers. And actually some of them, like, they're starting to get better at it. Either they reach out to me or I reach out to them, my auto ship customers, because now I have the personal goal of maintaining that auto elite. So I go for that on my account, and I also go for that on Scotty's account. Scotty doesn't earn that on his account. It's just the auto bonus, but I still want to be able to achieve that customer base and that customer retention. So every single month I reach out to my auto ship customers. Hey, how are you liking your Thrive? Like, I have $25 off of your next order when your auto ship runs. Thank you so much for thriving with me. And now that we can recall our credits, I just go ahead and send it to them. So either they use it or they don't. And if they don't use it, I'll take them back and then I'll put it towards someone else. So I'm constantly recycling my credits. And I'm letting my people know that, like, I'm here to help you. Thank you so much. Like, I'm really grateful for supporting my business, all those good things that you guys already know. And that way it keeps that customer base every single month for my retention. And I never have to worry about it. That is the non-negotiable every single month. Sometimes does it seem like busy work or like office, like paperwork? Sometimes, yes, but I have to, when we have that mindset, we have to go back to that internal mindset that it's about being grateful about those customers, because without those customers, like, those are the base, those are the foundation of our business. And then it builds onto promoters and reaching out to them, going on to their stories, going on to their reels, sharing their reels. Some way every single month I go to my team members, like you girls, and I'll just give them some love, drop in their DMs, say, react, talk, however you want to say it, to their story, something that's going on in their life. Because you ladies are also just as important to me. I don't do it just to like check off the box or something, but it's something that helps me feel really good to give back in a way of reaching out. Hey, I see you. Hey, I love you. You're doing a great job, and just giving back to our community in that way. The next part of the non-negotiables is I set my intentions with, what is my goal for the week? Do I want to enroll promoters? Do I want to enroll customers? There's a difference. Okay. With this, if you have I was going to give like a good metaphor, but I can't tonight. It's not there. So if you have, oh my gosh, what was I going to say? If you have something over here and you have something over here, whatever you feed, it will like grow into life. That is not how I wanted to say it. And that is not like, not at all how I wanted to be meant, but I think you guys know what I mean. Like, wherever you set your intentions, wherever you set your focus, wherever you set your, that one, it will grow. So what I'm saying is, if you are struggling in the area of enrolling promoters, like last month, I don't think I got one. I don't think I got one, and I'm okay with that. Like, I didn't really talk about the business a lot. I didn't really talk about the business a lot, and that's okay because that's a direct reflection because I only talked about the products. So I got more customers. It's a direct reflection. It's a direct correlation. If you want promoters, start talking about the business. There's a guy walking up to the clinic. I'm gonna lock my doors. Okay, I'm glad I'm on the camera with you guys. Okay. Sorry. I'm watching him, sorry. He's trying to open the clinic. Oh, he's gonna turn around and see me. Okay. He sees me. I'm just gonna pretend I'm talking to you guys. Okay, he's walking away. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. That's just what I have to do. I'm so sorry. Okay, he's gone. Okay. If you want to enroll promoters, just start talking about the business. Talking about the VIPs, and it's okay for me. It's okay to share those, like the bonus numbers, the VIP 400, 800, 1600, what comes along with that. Talking about the Maui gyms. I think I mentioned that today because we got our gift cards, but I also put it in the little box. Did you know that when you link arms with me, you also get the opportunity to earn your Maui gyms in your first month here? Like little things like that, just throw that out there. But if I also want new customers, it's just talking about the products. That's it. Nothing about the business, nothing about like the community, nothing sharing about the calls. It's just the products and sharing reviews, sharing graphics, sharing sales, things like that. They're two separate things. Sometimes they'll go hand in hand because sometimes you'll get a person like, I'm curious about being a promoter, but I think I just want to start as a customer. Like sometimes they'll go hand in hand, but almost always it's a direct correlation of what are you talking about? What are you showing? And then how is that reflecting into your enrollments? Direct reflection. Okay. Hopefully that makes sense. Like I can't say that any simpler or any plainer. If you're nervous about talking about the business, get in touch with your upline. Go check out Catch the Fire page. We have really good resources available to us, like really, really good resources that other teams don't. Other teams don't have that. We have really good resources. Catch the Fire, that is our potential promoter page. We get to use that, but we can also plug our potential promoters into that page so that way they can watch those videos. But anything that's shared within that page, we can talk about too. Those are all easy talking points that we can share into our stories about the business. And then Relentless Ambition, go into the guides in there. There's really good like post ideas, batch ideas in there. Those are basically the same thing, but batch ideas. And yeah, exactly, Jess. Thank you. There's a lot of different resources available to us. So if you're struggling in that area of finding the promoters, rip off the Band-Aid. I was talking to a girl today, and I won't say her name because I don't want to feel embarrassed, but I was talking to a girl today, and she's like, I'm just going to wait until next week. I'm going to wait until maybe tomorrow to talk about the business. Like I haven't forgotten about your challenge. And I just told her, because like partly for accountability, partly because I see her potential, and partly because it's not fair to see her potential wasted. So I just told her that confidence only comes from executing. So if you want to be better at talking about the business, you want to be better and gain promoters, just start doing it. They even shared about it at Palooza. Like if you're questioning it, if you're like second guessing, you're self-doubting, like just post it. Just post it. Oftentimes I'll find myself redoing some of my stories because I'm like trying to make them perfect and glamorous and make them look so good. I'm like, no. Just post them. Just post it. Cause like if I'm a mess, like someone else out there is probably having a messy like crap day too. Like that's not realistic. I have to show up in my most authentic way, even if I'm stuttering over my words, even if I have hormonal acne going on right now, like show up authentically as you. And people, that's what people relate to. They don't relate to perfection. They do not. I see other promoters in this business that try to have like the perfect graphics. They try to have like the perfect stories. They try to have the perfect color scheme in their stories, in their grid, and they're gone. If they're still here, they're not doing well. And if they aren't, like they left a long time ago, because that perfection is not realistic. So they don't enroll people, and they don't create that authenticity or that duplication process for people who do onboard with them. And it takes way too much time. It takes way too much time, unless you're Bobby and you're really good at making graphics like in 2 seconds. But even with Bobby, like she shows up like imperfectly all the time, like imperfectly perfect is what I should say. Like she's so good at graphics. Like, so Bobby's not the person I'm talking about. Putting that out there. It's not the person I'm talking about. But there was a girl once, this is a little off track, but then we'll hop off. But there was a girl that was here last year, not on our team, but a side sister. And she would only take her grid pictures wearing white and with a white background, nothing else. If she was at a retreat, Jess is like, what the hell? If she was at a retreat with the other girls and like a girl was wearing like bright neon, a girl was wearing black, and someone was wearing like green or something, like she wouldn't take a picture with them because it wasn't her color scheme. It was redonkulous. Yeah, that was a forehead slapper. I was like, what in the hell? But it wasn't sustainable for her. It wasn't a duplication process for her. Like when we have that unique opportunity to open our observation goggles to side sisters and kind of look at what's going on and look at what's working for them and what's not. That's the only time I'll say to like take your blinders off. Only time. Otherwise, blinders on. But anyways, back to our call, and it's been an hour, so I'm gonna cut it short. But setting your intentions. So that's all I can say for going into the new month. I don't know what the bonus is going to look like tomorrow. I have no idea. I'm excited. I feel refreshed, but okay, I will say one more thing. With talking about that it wasn't duplicatable. It wasn't something that was sustainable. Last month it wasn't last month, but it was March, where we finished with 80K, and then 2.0 finished at 40K, right? The level that I was pushing myself, the level that I was working myself was not sustainable. And I will say that with complete openness with you ladies, it was not sustainable for me. And it took me damn near all of April to knock off some of those shit habits that I had in order to get those bonuses. Would I take that back? No. Would I redo it all over again? Probably, in ways, but only in the way that it paid off. But this next time, how I go about working my business and the hours that I work, and to the point of what I sacrifice my personal life to get these bonuses, I probably would change things a little bit. I was waking up at like 5:30 and then getting on my phone like immediately right away. Like whenever I woke up, right away I'd start answering messages, graphics, posting sales. Like I worked all day, every day. I didn't take breaks. There was like, I was pacing in my living room back and forth when I was home on Wednesdays. If I was at work at the clinics, like I was still pacing and walking around the clinic around the stupid blue chairs. Bobby knows what they look like. I was an anxious mess. This guy's still walking around the parking lot. What the hell? What is going on? Okay, I'm gonna end the call soon so I can get out of here. But I was an anxious mess, like for like good 2 weeks there, right? And then I would stay up until like 10:30, 11, answering messages and doing DMs and graphics and, talking with you girls back and forth. And I loved every single minute of it, but it wasn't sustainable for me. So that way going into April, where I could carry on with it. So this next round with bonuses, whatever they are, however big they are, for me personally, and what I'm going to encourage you ladies to do, is still get up in the morning. No, I have nothing. I have nothing. I have a water bottle. I can throw a Yeti at him. What I'm going to encourage you ladies to do is set your intentions. Whatever this bonus season is going to look like, set your intentions and have that firm structure with your day. Fuck. Oh, sorry, guys.
Sorry to scare you.
Hi.
Do you know Buffy by chance?
I don't. I'm sorry.
What phone is the place to call? I don't know what the deal is.
Oh shoot. I'm sorry. I know the Verizon calls are down. The Verizon towers are down.
Of course.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Yep. Sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to cuss. He scared the shit out of me. I'm so sorry. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. But set your intentions. have that when you wake up in the morning. Start with something of production. If you're going to do your workout, do your stories, don't go right into your DMs and start answering people and messaging people. Like, give yourself that time first. I think if I did that, I think it still would have worked. I think we still would have hit our bonuses and I would have been less burnout. Fill your cup up first for your day, so that way you are taken care of first. Please don't do what I did. Learn from my mistakes. Fill your cup up first, and then have a bedtime. Have a bedtime where you're still with your family, they still get your attention, and then the next day it just starts over. Like, just set your intentions and be very clear with them and be very firm. Will I say that bonus season requires a different version of you? Yes, I will say that it does. Will bonus season require some sacrifices here and there? Yes, it will. It will. To what degree for every single person, it's different for every single person. But I will say that filling your own cup first will just mean the absolute world to your family, as well as to your health and your mental health. So, okay, I'm gonna hop off of here, guys. I hope you have a good night. I still don't have service. So if you need me, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow at the clinic when I'm back at work. Okay. Bye, guys.